Okay, this is the first edition of the Sci-Fi Fridays, one of the channels of content which I'm putting out mainly on my Substack at author Michael Campling .substack.com. But I'm sharing this stuff everywhere. So if you're watching it somewhere else, welcome. Thank you very much. Because it's still the beginning, it's an experiment. So see how it goes. Hopefully you can find what you want where you want, and I'll try and make that happen. So I'm hoping later on to be able to read some snippets of other people's work, but because I'm still finding my way with this, I'm beginning with my stuff because it's my channel and I've written stuff. So I've written across various genres, different themes, different days. I put out the first thriller fiction Thursday on Thursday, obviously, and this should be coming out on a Friday. And I'm going to start with not very straight-laced sci-fi. Sorry if that's disappointing for you, but it's if you like sci-fi, if you enjoy things like Star Trek and Red Dwarf and stuff, you might find it funny because it's a funny science fiction series, the Brent Bolster kind of space detective type series. And a very tongue-in-cheek and an affectionate nod to a lot of sci-fi movies and franchises and TV series and stuff like that, as well as a nod to a lot of, PI noir type fiction, which is I think is inherently funny in itself anyway. Really, when you look back at it, sort of thing you can laugh at. So those lovely one-liners and stuff. So I'll crack on. So this is the first book in. There are 4 novels at the moment, and the first one is called Dial G for Gravity. The epigraph says, "When in doubt, have a man come through the door with a gun in his hand," and that's from Raymond Chandler. The dedication is to all those who prefer to watch their movies in monochrome, safe in the knowledge that the images are so much more vivid that way. There is a cast of characters which is rather long and quite boring for you to listen to, so I will launch into it. I will be doing a few sort of attempts at various accents, I think, because I imagined it set in a kind of near future world, largely in the USA. There's various characters, and obviously aliens are made up. So, Dial G for Gravity, read by me, the author Michael Campling. Start that again, shall I? Dial G for Gravity, read by the author Michael Campling. Chapter 1, Earth. Brent Bolster opened his eyes and reached for the gun beneath his pillow. His bedroom, normally lit only by the intermittent scarlet glare from the neon barroom sign below his window, was bathed in an eerie green glow. The alarm clock? Brent's fingers closed around the polished steel butt of his old-fashioned pulse pistol. Something isn't right. For a start, he didn't have an alarm clock. He'd owned such a thing at one time, but now there was only a hunk of molten plastic on his nightstand. He'd had a difference of opinion with the device over the intricacies of the daylight saving system, and the clock hadn't glowed for a while. Not since the flames went out, anyhow. Brent closed his eyes. Green glow? So what? It was probably just one of his electronic devices letting him know it was still switched on. Or maybe his handset needed recharging. The damn thing ate through carbon credits like they were going out of fashion. He let go of his pistol and rolled over onto his back, trying not to think about his next carbon bill. And someone cleared their throat. Brent sat up straight, one hand sliding under the pillow. Where the hell was his pistol? He'd had it just 1 second ago. How could it be gone? The alien standing beside his bed coughed politely. Excuse me, but are you looking for something? What the hell does it look like I'm doing? Brent demanded. What's the use? He stopped searching and eyed the alien. The creature was a typical Globon, tall, at least 6'4", and humanoid with the usual complement of arms and legs. Its head was roughly egg-shaped, the bald dome of its smooth skull catching the glow from the computer tablet the creature held in its hand. But at least this alien was fully clothed, decked out in a pristine blue flight suit, the tight material emphasizing its angular body. Brent hated it when the Globons showed up naked. It was enough to put him off chorizo for life. So, what do you mean by busting in here in the middle of the goddamn night? What do you want? The alien grinned, its pale lips pulling tight to reveal a row of pointed white teeth. Honoured Earthling, my name is Rawgeeb, and I'm pleased to say that tonight I shall be your abductor. Brent groaned. Not again. He patted his hand across the cluttered surface of his nightstand, receiving only a small electrical shock from the ruins of his digital clock. But then his fingers closed on his wallet. He flipped it open and held it up for the alien to see. Take a peek at that asshole and get the hell out of my apartment and don't come back. Rawgeeb leaned forward, craning his neck, the wrinkled skin growing tighter as his neck extended. Yes, that's very impressive. Keep it up and you'll soon be able to clean... Oh, sorry. Yes, that's very impressive. Keep it up and you'll soon be able to claim a free hot beverage of your choice. What? Brent rifled through his wallet, flipping through its array of plastic pockets. Wrong damn card. Oh, I don't know, Rawgeeb offered, retracting his neck. I was quite impressed. You only need 6 more stamps, and then you'll have your reward. Just think of it. Cappuccino, latte, flat white. The choice is endless. He rubbed his hands together. I'm rather fond of a double ristretto. Brent gave him a side eye. I thought you, beings couldn't drink coffee. Technically, we're not supposed to, Rawgeeb said with a hint of sadness in his voice. I mean, the caffeine is, well, it's a potent hallucinogen for us, but it's the taste that I can't resist, and the aroma. Ah, the scent of freshly roasted Arabica. There's nothing like it. He shrugged. It's a shame it drives me out of my mind. The last time I had a Starbucks, I was convinced I was being chased by an enormous dog. I've never run so fast in my life. 3 days, solid. By the time the coffee wore off, I was in the place they used to call Nebraska. Brent grunted. Same thing happened to me. Really? Sure, except substitute coffee for bathtub bourbon and Nebraska for a Norwegian fishing boat en route to the Newfoundland colonies. And the dog? What creature did you imagine was chasing you? The hound was real, all right. A 3-headed German shepherd. And on the other end of its leash... God. The hound was real, all right. A 3-headed German shepherd. And on the other end of its leash was a nasty piece of work from the irradiated zone who'd somehow got the impression that I'd stolen his wife. And had you? Brent shrugged. How the hell would I know? Weren't you listening when I told you about the bathtub gin? Bourbon, Rawgeeb corrected. What do you say, bourbon? Bourbon? Rawgeeb corrected, sounding affronted. Bourbon, gin, how the hell would I remember what colour it was? It was 3 days before I could feel my teeth again. Yes, it's a fair point, I suppose. Rawgeeb hesitated, mashing his lips together as if chewing back his words. But it wasn't long before his tongue won the battle. Damn it, though, the details are important. You see, I was listening very hard in point of fact. Local languages are a skill of mine. Not everyone picks up on Earth-based idioms, but I've made a study of them. I'm in the 2nd year of the advanced soap opera course, and I was the highest in my cohort. Oh, I can't speak today. I'm in the 2nd year of the advanced soap opera course, and I was the highest in my cohort when we went through the level 3 sitcoms. Bazinga, Brent drawled. Rawgeeb raised his eyebrows. We covered the Big Bang Theory in kindergarten. I'm afraid I never really enjoyed it. You and half the Western Hemisphere, Brent said distractedly. Here's my damned idea. It got stuck down behind my driver's license. He pulled a plastic card from the wallet and brandished it triumphantly. Read it and wait, my friend. He leaned forward, extending his arm. Just don't do that thing with your neck again, all right? It gives me the creeps. Rawgeeb inclined his head to read the card. Association of Galactic Investigators. I see. Good. So you can tick the box and put me down as immune from abduction. Then you can head on out and pick on some other poor sap, okay? Ordinarily, yes. Brent frowned. What's the problem? Which part of immune from abduction don't you understand? Go on, get! Vamoose! Scram! That won't be possible, I'm afraid, Rawgib said, pulling a gleaming metal band from his breast pocket. You see, that is a perfectly nice AGI card, although I must say the photo doesn't do you justice, but... But nothing. I'm a member and that's an end to it. So goodbye. It's been swell, really it has. We must get together for a drink sometime. Heck, maybe I'll buy you an espresso when you can take a trip to Crazy Town for the weekend. But you have to get the hell out of my apartment and let me sleep right now. Rawgib took a step closer, towering over Brent. As I've already made clear, I recognised your AGI card, but unfortunately for you, it expired last Tuesday. As of now, you are fair game. Brent fumbled for his bedside lamp and flicked the switch. Then he turned the card around in his hands, studying both sides. Oh, for God's sake! Quite so, Rawgib said, stretching the metal band between his hands, his long fingers stroking its lustrous surface. Now, in order to optimize your abduction experience, what kind of cabin would you prefer for the duration of your stay with us? Probing or non-probing? Brent paled. What? He shook his head. I mean, you can't be serious. I'm AGI. I must have made a mistake on the renewal, that's all. I've been with the AGI for 6 years. You can't just... He broke off suddenly as Rawgib leaned over him and moved the metal band far too close to Brent's throat. Wait, what the hell is that thing? Just a precaution, Rawgib said. We call it the restrictor. But you didn't answer my question, although... He broke off to chortle under his breath. Of course, all the cabins, or cells as we used to call them, are the same, and everybody gets the full probing treatment. But I thought I'd try out my little joke. I came up with it after studying an episode of Friends in our Academy of Human Interaction, although I can never quite get the intonation correct. Neither could Matt LeBlanc. Rawgib froze. How can you say that? He was my favourite. His double entendres were perfect. In this academy of yours, did they by any chance show you Joey? Of course not. Rawgib regarded Brent with a weary frown. You know, we may take people from their families and subject them to an agonizing series of brutal experiments before implanting radioactive probes in the back of their necks and controlling their minds, ultimately driving them to madness and a lingering death. But we're not sadists. Brent blinked, his mind rebelling, refusing to believe, even for 1 second, that this clown was really proposing to snatch him. And Rawgib seized his opportunity, snapping the band around Brent's throat. No! Brent yelled, but no sound came from his throat. A tingling crackle of static electricity swept over his body, and before he could react, he was plunged into an icy darkness, his consciousness slipping away. That's it, he thought. Now I'll never get that free Americano. And then the darkness took him. That's the end to chapter 1. Sorry, there was a few mistakes in it, but I'm either going to do these live or record them as live. This is a recorded one, but I'm doing it as if live. So if I go wrong, I'm just going to take a little step back and take another run at it. So I hope that that's part of the experience. It's authentic, you know. So yeah, I wrote that quite a few years ago. I still find it quite funny. So you get an idea. So I hope my American accent wasn't far too off beam, you know. It's the best I can do at short notice. There's a lot of characters in this, and I'm sure I'll get some of them wrong because some of it is set with alien races on various spaceships. Because as well as the investigative thread, there's a whole space opera kind of thread where it takes the action takes place on a battle cruiser. And there's various warring factions, and there's lots of nods to Star Trek, which I'm very fond of. So, yeah, hope you found it fun. Look out for places you can find it. If you think, wow, I really want to read the book, well, it is available on Amazon as an ebook, and the paperback should be available elsewhere. It's called Dial G for Gravity. And although my full name is Michael Campling, my sci-fi is under M Campling, just M for Michael, and fairly easy to find, I hope, after all this time. And I hope you find it was a bit of fun to listen to. And as I say, I will be trying to read some snippets of other sci-fi. I'll probably just grab something off my shelf and just do a little interpretation of it, because even if you've heard it before, you wouldn't have heard me read it before. Yeah, and then I'm going to try and turn this into a serial. The audio will be a podcast. So if you're listening to this on a podcast, thank you very much. Subscribing is great. However you're watching, listening, encountering this thing, please feel free to subscribe, like, share. All those things are important. They are great. As we go on, I'll be sort of mentioning little ways of just helping me to keep going. You can become a paid member on Substack. Absolutely no option to, totally optional to do that. I'm going to keep it all free, no paywalls. It's all going to be there, but so you won't really get anything extra other than a thank you shout out in the show, which I'll do. Give you a shout out. And that's really all I can offer, because I don't have time to do extra episodes, especially for paying subscribers. It is what it is, because I'm going to do different themes on different days. I'm hoping to do a Mystery Monday, for instance, and we'll take it from there. Oh, and a Time Travel Tuesday is my latest plan. Sci-Fi Friday, Thriller Thursday, Wednesday kind of off. Who knows? I'm slacking, aren't I? Yeah. And maybe I'll put in some other snippets of various fiction, because there are various short stories that I've written as well, which are sort of suspense type stories. So there would be slightly longer episodes, perhaps, where I do a couple of different things. It'd be lovely to have comments wherever you're watching, listening, etc. Subscriptions, likes, shares. I'm not trying to get any penny out of it you don't want, but if you, as this goes on, you are finding this fun and enjoyable, as I say, you can join the paid level on Substack, or you can find the link to mycoffee.com, which you can send me a mug of tea to keep me going. I could do the one now, actually, after that. And as we hopefully, I'll try not to make so many mistakes. I made a few this time. But, I am not an actor. I'll do my best. But it's a bit of something, I think, more worthwhile than some content that I could make. I could just be pulling faces and jumping up and down on TikTok, but no, I'd rather do something that seems like it's got a bit of fun to listen to, even if you're just thinking, who is this bloke? Isn't he terrible? And you're laughing. I don't mind. Just, I hope you get something out of it. All right. Well, the main thing, happy reading. Look after yourselves and take care. And hopefully I'll talk to you again soon. Bye for now.